Can't tell. Check, check, check. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you can hear me or not because it's going to be another depressing. I heard myself, I think. It'll be another depressing game. Welcome to another edition of me calling random games. I am Dr. Delay. And we got you tonight the 6-9 Nationals as they take on the 5-11 Pirates. So again, welcome in everyone. Just calling some random games. Tonight's game is a Pirates game, shocker. And we'll see how tonight goes as we have Paul Skeens on the mound tonight, so that's always a positive. Though he did kind of get shelled last time, 5 runs. Apparently only allowed 6 hits and a walk, so it's just, bad luck. But it is what it is. But yeah, hopefully the Pirates can fight back as they have been pretty pathetic for the opening start of the year. And I don't know. I've already kind of lost hope in the Pirates. It's going to be a long season. But I'll still be here whenever I can be. So, yep. Man, the audio's... Can barely hear Greg Brown. So we are a few minutes before game time as, again, the Nationals Pirates face off, showing Dylan Cruz here. Dylan Cruz has kind of struggled out of the gate, 43 games through for his career, 191 batting average, OPS of 544, 8 RBIs, 15 stolen bases. I mean, that's neat, but the hitting has been pretty bad. Which, to be honest, I wanted Dylan Cruz, so it's so far looking pretty good, like a good choice. But yeah, I mean, it's still early, so it takes a while to adjust to the MLB. It's way tougher to hit. All right. Well, we're almost there. About 3 more minutes till game time. Again, the Nationals coming in with a 6-9 record, and the first few batters there have a pretty neat batting average. You compare that to the Pirates, and yeah, it's pretty depressing over here. The best hitter on the team being Andrew McCutchen, who is 38 years old, 37 years old. Everyone else is right near the Mendoza line outside of Kiner Falefa, who's batting 9th. And keep batting him 9th because of whatever reason. Yeah, but it's pretty depressing. OPS is, again, just pretty terrible. Reynolds, at least, despite batting 200 something, he's, OPS is 640. Hayes, same thing, 632. Which, again, those aren't good, but, you compare it to the rest of the line. Well, OPS of Cruz is 718. It's been a pretty pathetic year. Go ahead and click on O'Neal Cruz. I haven't really. So he has 2 home runs, 8 hits on the year out of 41 at-bats. It's just been a disaster. Though, I mean, it's on base is pretty solid, 352. But, he's been walked, I guess, a few times. Pretty good amount of times, if I had to guess. He's been walked 10 times. It's really good. But yeah, like I said, a pretty pathetic start to the year for the Pirates, and maybe they could get things going. I don't know. I'm not going to hold my breath on that. But we'll see what happens. Again, that's the Nationals and the Pirates tonight. Hopefully, hopefully, hopefully we see the Pirates coming out strong. You know, especially with Paul Skeens on the mound. You definitely want to, you know, he always gives you a chance to win every time he steps on the mound, and you know, you just hopefully you can get the run support finally for a change. As again, we're just kind of waiting here for first pitch. It will be the Nationals hitting first, of course. That is the rules of Major League. The visiting team always gets to hit first. Pardon me. So the Pirates changing it up. McCutcheon giving everyone necklaces, black and yellow necklaces. Maybe that'll be what starts this run. I would not have much confidence in that, but you know, it is what it is. All right, starting lineup for the Nationals: Alex Call in right, James Wood, Kybert Ruiz, Nathaniel Lowe, Josh Bell, old friend there, Luis Garcia, Paul DeJong, Dylan Cruz batting at the 8th spot, and then Nasim Nunez, who has yet to bat this year. So I guess that is his debut for the year. I don't know if he's played. We'll actually just do a quick Google. He has played last year. Last year, batted .246, on base of .370. That's pretty solid. Slugging, though, of .262. So, wow, I was about to say, what the heck. All right. Let's get this started. Paul Skeens, 3.44 ERA. Again, most of it because of last start, allowing 5 runs, I believe, in 6 innings. Very uncharacteristic, but again, he only allowed 6 hits, so it was just unlucky. Hayes at third, Falefa at short, Frazier at second. Yeah, well, it's whatever. And then first, I believe, is Endy Rodriguez. They're going way too fast for me. I don't know his first name, Valdez. And then at left field, Tommy Pham, center, O'Neal Cruz, McCutcheon in right, and then, of course, Ryan Reynolds, still injured somewhat, I guess. He is DHing. All right, there's the throwdown. We are getting ready. All right, in steps in Alex Call. He's batting .367 on the year. As here's the first pitch from Skeens. That one, outside corner, 99 right there for strike one. Paul Skeens isn't going to be the problem tonight, I don't think. It's going to be mostly, of course, can the Pirates get some offense going? I wouldn't bet on it, but you never know. You never know. Here's the windup and the pitch. That's going to be outside for ball one. 99 on the gun. As mentioned earlier, Alex Call batting .367, OPS of 1,000. No homers, but he has 7 RBIs. Here's the pitch there. High strike. Swing and a miss. Strike two. Another 99-mile-per-hour fastball. Pretty consistent fastball there from good old Paul Skeens. Hopefully he doesn't leave us in a few years. I wouldn't blame him if it continues the way it's going now. Here is the 1-2 from Skeens, and he gets a piece of it, and it's going to be fouled off. So the count will remain at 1-2. Paul Skeens with pretty much 4 straight fastballs to begin this game, all in 99, so velocity starting off pretty well. Here is the windup and the pitch. Slider is going to be low and away for ball 2. 2-2 count. Alex Call. Alex Call again batting .367, OPS of 1,000 this year. So, Nationals have some players that are hitting the ball really well. Here's the 2-2. He jammed him. Grounder to third. Ryan throws to first, and that's out number 1. So good pitching there from Paul Skeens, 6 pitches. So Call did give it give Paul a little bit of work there. That's going to bring up it's one of my friends. He loves to use this guy in MLB The Show, James Wood. 259 batting average, OPS of 978. 5 home runs, 11 RBAs. Here's the pitch. I can't speak tonight. I'm sorry. He fouls that one off, strike 1. So they're showing his stats now. 259, OPS 977, 5 home. Okay, same thing. 5 home runs, 11 RBIs. He's crushing the ball. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be outside for ball 2. 1-1 count. Right now, Skeen's using a lot of fastballs. I believe 7 of his 8 pitches have been fastballs. Here's the 1-1. Another fastball there. Right down the middle. But I don't think Wood was looking for it. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Wood's a big guy. Kind of the size of good old Gregory Polanco. Here's the 1-2. That's going to be a... I don't know what that was. Curveball in dirt. He doesn't really throw a curve. Yeah, I guess it was a curveball. I was thinking of like the sweeper. I couldn't get the sweeper out of my mouth. So the curveball may have hit Wood. That's going to be pretty close. You do see it hit the dirt, but it's really it's close by his foot. So we do got a pause of play. Rodriguez is coming out. May have hit Rodriguez's hand as well. Looks like he... Let's see here. Oh, that is so... Yeah, I don't know. So right now we have a possible hit by pitch that they're reviewing. I think it probably did hit him. I forgot the guy that's always with Brownie, the older guy. He's saying it didn't. I think it did. And then Andy Rodriguez, I think, is going to be out of the game. Oh, yeah, that ball went right here. Oh, my gosh. It skipped and hit Rodriguez. Oof. Dang it, Rodriguez. Yeah, so Rodriguez he's probably going to be replaced here. And so we're going to have a mini stoppage of play as we figure out what's going on. So they're still reviewing this, I guess. I don't really know. Oh, it did. Yeah, it did hit his toe. Greg Brown saying it hit his toe. And then the other guy is saying it. I don't know. Greg Brown's right. I'm right. Greg Brown's right. The older gentleman, if anyone wants to comment, I forgot his name. I think it's Bob. I could be wrong. It's probably not Bob. Looks like this is the first time I'm seeing Henry Davis this year. Henry Davis is going to replace him, which I thought Joey Bart was cleared to come back, but who knows. So it is a hit by pitch. We do have a new catcher in the game now. It's Henry Davis. Maybe he comes up and he's finally going to live up to the hype for a change. I don't know. That'd be cool. Love to see the Pirates stop, completely wasting talent, or potential talent, I should say. The Orioles seem to have no problem bringing up guys. But Pittsburgh, unless they get a guaranteed superstar like Paul Skeens, it's not looking good. All right, so Wood moves to first. It's going to be Kybert Ruiz. He is batting .373 this year, so he's seeing the ball really well. So here's the 0-0 with the runner on first, and that's going to be fouled off, strike 1. So Kybert Ruiz batting .373, 968 OPS, 2 home runs on the year, 10 RBIs. So he, again, just really well. Shame that the Nationals, again, they're 6-9, so they aren't a good team either. Oh, we got a pickoff attempt, but he's going to get back to the bag. But I don't know. I'd rather be the Nationals at this point. Sick and tired of the Pirates just being bad. All right, so here's the 0-1, and Ruiz gets a piece of that one. Change up there, strike 2. 0-2 count to Ruiz. Again, one of the better hitters in the National League, or just in baseball right now, having a great start to the season. Probably not going to keep that up, but you never know. Maybe he puts it together. Here is the 0-2 from Skeens. That's going to be high for ball 1. 1-2 is the count. Runner on first. Oh, we got another throw over, and that's he's not going to get there with the ball. The runner does. I should have probably said the runner got back. My bad. We're working on it. We're working to be a better commentator. Here is the 1-2, and Ruiz again fouls it off. So 14 pitches already in the first. The Nats are everywhere. Oh, boy. Zooming in on Paul Skeens, and he is getting attacked. Here is the 1-2. And chopper, and it's just foul. Valdez had it, but it was just right of the bag. So we'll head back to first, and we'll do this again. Pirates, hopefully one day, will have a good offense. It's just random, I know. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out on a ball quite a bit out of the zone, to be honest with you. So, yeah, that ball was kind of about 1.5 feet, I would say, outside. But I guess that was a changeup. Yeah, that's what they're confused on what it was. The spin was kind of side. Here's the first pitch, and that's going to be in there for a called strike. This is Nathaniel Lowe. He's batting .250 this year, 839 OPS, so pretty solid there. Again, numbers will be higher or lower right now because it's only been a small sample size, but pretty solid so far. That's going to be outside ball 1. Nathaniel Lowe, .250, 839 OPS, 3 home runs, 15 RBIs. I don't even know if we have a guy at 10. Jeez. I mean, there's no one on. There's another pickoff attempt, but the ball gets away. So Wood's going to head to second, possibly. Frazier's running to get it. Personally, I'm not going to really hate on Skeens too much, but I don't know why he's really worried about this guy. So the throw is actually pretty solid. Valdez, yeah, it would have been a tough reach there for Valdez. It was catchable, and had he caught it, yeah, he probably would have gone out, but I don't know. So runner moves to second, 1-1 count to Lowe. That's going to be outside for ball 2. Valdez, I don't know if they're going to do an error on that. I don't know if that's an error by. So it is going to be a throwing error on Paul Skeens. Yeah, the throw was it was catchable, but it was a little too far. Here's the 2-1 to Nathaniel Lowe. That's going to be outside for ball 3. 3-1 count to Lowe. Skeens with the. He hit Wood to start. He was the second batter. Hits Wood. He gets to second on the pickoff attempt. Here's 3-1 grounder to short. He's going to throw it on the first for out number 3. So no hits there for the Nationals. No runs. They leave a guy stranded, and they're going to head to the bottom of the first with the score 0-0. I don't know if there's any other games going on now. I will try to keep you guys updated with other games if you care. As you see, I have a ticker right beneath me right now. That's pretty neat and handy. But I'll still give you guys some scores. Feel free, of course, in between innings or during the game. I welcome all communication about sports. You want to talk about sports? I would love to do that. It's just we're all here hanging out, really having a good time. Whether you're a Pirates fan, a Steelers fan, I'm a big Steelers fan. I'm kind of self-conscious about my hair. I'm old and it's a receding hairline. Well, it's not that bad. It's maintained for the last 5 years, but you know what I'm saying. But feel free to chat about whatever as we are in between the innings, so take advantage of that. Feel free, of course, to subscribe. I'm not going to hate on you if you do. I don't think it's a bad thing. I don't think it costs any money either. Pretty sure it's free. So, again, you can look at my previous stuff. I've been doing live streams whenever I can. I was really busy last week. I worked like 8 days in a row, so I really couldn't. I worked yesterday, but I was still able to get home in time to do the UFL game. Didn't really get the views I knew I wouldn't, but I did it anyway just because I hadn't done one in a while. So the only other game right now is Giants-Phillies. Giants-Phillies 0-0 as they head to the bottom of the first. Giants 11-4. They're off to a great start. Do we think the Pirates score this inning? Do we think? I don't. I would love to think. I would love to think that, man. I wish I could be delusional, but most Pirates fans, pretty realistic, I would say, about the Pirates. I know this is our best part of the lineup, which, our best hitter has a 718 OPS. So there you go. I'm going to say no, Mr. Baseball. I'm here because I know my Nationals friend will try to talk about the game at work tomorrow. All right, well, that's cool. Thank you for stopping by, Caitlin. Good luck to you and your Nationals. I really hope they don't win today as O'Neal Cruz, the line drive to short, and it's caught. I don't know. Again, I don't really know much of the Nunez. That's the guy you guys just brought up. The Nationals did. Good, because I got him under 0.5 runs in the first. Yeah, it's a smart. I would do that. You're going to probably win more of those bets. Just you place 6 of them. They're good for maybe 2 or 3 runs a game at this point. It's pretty sad. All right, in steps in Reynolds, and that one's outside for ball 1. I didn't really catch the pitcher. I was looking at it earlier. Lord, ERA of 1.69, so the Nationals sending out a pretty decent pitcher to start the year. That's going to be a curveball. I believe Reynolds went there, so that's going to be 1-1 count. One and one to Reynolds. Reynolds off to a slow start. Here's the pitch there. It's going to be a curveball, low and inside for ball 2. Two and 1 count to Reynolds. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be sliced, just foul. Over the third baseman, in between that type of area over there on the left side of the field. So in 2-2 count to Reynolds. Reynolds has been pretty much Mr. Consistent for the Pirates the last 3 or 4 years. Off to a slow start, but usually picks it up around, I believe, June. He just crushes it in June for some reason. Here is the 2-2. Reynolds staying alive. That's going to be a 2-2 count. And I'm hearing like a Kurt Angle remix in my ear for some reason. No idea. They're showing the batting practice. Here's the 2-2. Reynolds flares it, and the shortstop was playing shallow midfield in the outfield, apparently. So he makes the catch for out number 2. Just 2 really decent hits there, I'd say, for the Pirates, and they find gloves. So, yeah, looks like Mr. Baseball Dude 412. Most likely going to get a few bucks there. In steps in Andrew McCutchen. Can he be clutching here for them? Probably not. Why would he want to? When he's 37, 38 years old, and he's among the best hitters on the team. Yeah, I feel like he doesn't care for that. Here's the 0-1, and McCutcheon's going to get on base there. He is clutching there. So we're going to hold the phone there, Mr. Baseball Dude. I am very certain we're about to see like a ground out or a strikeout here. I'm not too sure, but we do have a runner on for the Pirates. Andrew McCutcheon is clutching indeed. So that's going to bring in, I believe, Emmanuel. I think. Not Emmanuel. I don't really know this guy. I'm sorry. It's Valdez. I'll get the name eventually. Here's the pitch outside for ball 1. As you can probably tell, I'm not a diehard. Okay, so Emmanuel. I was close. I said Emmanuel. It's Emmanuel. Batting 148, OPS of 503, 0 homers, 3 RBIs. And there's the 1-0. It's going to be outside for ball 2. 2-0 count to Valdez, playing first today. Had a revolving door at first for as long as I can remember. Cutchin on first. Here is the 2-0 count. That's going to be just outside for ball 3. May have caught the corner, but I'm not going to complain. Maybe Baseball Dude 412 probably will. Who knows? Here's the 3-0 from Lord. That's going to be a strike right down the middle. Cutchin on first. The lone hit of the game so far for either team. Of course, it's only the bottom of the first, so it just started. Here's the 3-1. Valdez is going to get a piece of that one. That's going to go behind everyone for a foul ball. Full count here for Valdez, as Valdez is still breathing in and out here. Rollover, please. Oh, probably. Probably coming up right now. McCutcheon on first. 2 outs, full count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a walk, so not quite. Not quite. The Nationals are trying to out-pirate the Pirates right now. And that's going to bring in Ke'Bryan Hayes, who, you know, not really the greatest hitter in the world, but according to the stats, he is our third or fourth best hitter right now. It is what it is. Now it's going to be outside for ball 1. Yeah, I know, right? This will be the one inning they score, just because. It's because the Pirates hate us. That's how it is. Here is the 1-0 to Hayes. Hayes slices it to right. Oh, no. McCutcheon rounding third. He's going home, and he scores. No way. And Hayes is called out at first because he was caught in between. So I'm sorry, everyone. Rip or put F's in the chat for Mr. Baseball Dude as the Pirates get a run. This will probably be their only run of the game. But it's in the one inning where he bet. That's just how it goes. I know. That's unbelievable. So thank you for making that entertaining, Baseball Dude. That's awesome. Jeez. That's fantastic. So, yeah, we're going to head to the top of the second where the Pirates do indeed score. It's not really updating here or on my chat, but it is 1-0. Unless, did he not get to first? I'm pretty sure it's 1-0. Hold the phone, everyone. It's 1-0. There's no way it's not, because he did touch first. I don't know. We'll just wait. I'm pretty sure it's 1-0. But anyway, as for other scores, the Phillies are up 2-0 in the bottom of the first. then they're still at the plate. They still have 2 runners on. There's only 1 out. And again, everyone else. So we'll get scores later down the road in like the 4th or 5th inning. There'll be more games going on. And again, I call just random sports games. I do plan on having some sports content in the near future. We'll see how all that goes. But feel free to subscribe if you again, it's free. I made sure it's free. I made sure. I promised. So, just saying. So yes, it is 1-0. So that should update on the screen on both scoreboards. You see, of course, on the top there and on the bottom. So yeah, Hayes caught in between. So that's going to bring up former Pirate Josh Bell. He is DHing today. Here's the first pitch to Bell. That's going to be low for strike 1. Bell does not like the call, and I don't blame him. Here's the windup and the pitch. That's going to be inside for strike 2. So Bell is not liking the placement of those strikes. It has updated on the MLB thing. It'll update, of course, on my scoreboard. I'm sure. It better. Here is the 0-2 from Skeens. That's going to be high and outside for ball 1. Again, feel free to chat about whatever you like. You don't have to just watch. Don't be a stranger. I don't mind chatting to people I've never chatted before. Here's the 1-2. That's going to be low in the dirt for ball 2. I'm a Pirates fan, really a diehard Steelers fan, more of a football guy. But I've always liked the Pirates. Grew up watching Freddie Sanchez, Jack Wilson, Jason Bay. Here's the 2-2. That's going to be a swing and a miss on a ball again about 12 inch, about a foot off the plate. So has to be messing with the hitters. They're showing the replay there. McCutcheon hustling home. All right, 1 out. In steps in Garcia Jr. He's batting .208 with an OPS of .533. It's a 1-0 count here. Here's the pitch, and he gets a piece of that one. That's going to be fouled off. So the count goes to 1-1. Pirates starting off 5-11. Just a pretty disgusting record. Not in a good way. It's a gaming term if you think why. Well, that's obviously not a good thing. That pitch is going to be outside for ball 2. 2-1 count to Garcia here. And chopper here to short. Falefa throws on to first for out number 2. That's going to bring up former Cardinal Paul DeJong. Or DeJong, apparently. You don't say the J. Sorry, Greg Brown. He's batting .188, OPS of .491, so he's pretty much a Pirate up there. And that's going to be fouled off behind us. Us as in everyone there. Strike 1. Oh, and 1 count here to DeJong. And that's going to be high for ball 1. There are a lot of empty seats. I'll try to give you guys the attendance numbers. I doubt they repeat them if it's pretty low. Well, I mean, there's a little more than I thought. Here's the 1-1. DeYoung gets under this one, pops it up to center. Everyone's on the run for it, and it drops in between. Cruz made a diving attempt, but was unable to make the catch. So he will get a hit. Just popped it up. Frazier running back. Cruz kind of had a late jump on. He does take the first step back. That's what you're taught. Cruz is saying, I got it. He's sliding there and just shy where the ball is. So in steps in Dylan Cruz, former teammates. Cruz was the number 2 pick in the same draft class as Skeens, as that's a slider in there for strike 1. Cruz struggling out of the gate, batting 116, OPS of 272. Here's the 0-1. That's a slider, and that just misses. Oh. But, you know, we have gotten some calls today. We have some LSU fans there. Here's the 1-1. And Cruz is able to get a piece of that one. That's going to go behind everyone for a foul ball. 1-2 count. Yeah, Dylan Cruz batting 116 on the year. No home runs, no RBIs, obviously. Just not really off to a great start. Here's the 1-2. Chopper here, back to the pitcher. Skeens able to toss it to first for out number 3. So 1 hit, no runs there for the Nationals as we head to the bottom of the second. With the score, Pirates 1, Nationals nothing. Again, I'll say this every in-between inning. Feel free to chat about whatever you like in the comments. Sports is preferred. It can be whatever if you want. It's not going to bother me. We're just all sports fans here or watching because you have a friend at work that is a Nationals fan and want to talk about the game. That's perfectly fine, too. Talk about whatever you like. It's whatever. Wouldn't be the worst thing in the world if you decided to subscribe. It's a young, small channel. You know, entering March, I had 24 subscribers. I'm up to 58 because I was really doing a lot of the March Madness stuff. That really took off pretty well, but obviously March Madness is over. So I'm now doing some Pirates games. May do some other games. I'm unsure. Again, it really just depends on if I'm off that day and what's available to me, which I mean, I have MLB TV, so I'll be able to pretty much watch, I would say, 90% of the games. The Phillies were able to add one more to the in the bottom of the first, so it's 3-0 Phillies leading the Giants. And the Red Sox and the Rays are just underway. They are, of course, 0-0. Most teams are going to put up 0 runs, which is why Mr. Baseball Dude made that bet. Was a sure thing, too, with the Pirates, but he got massively unlucky. I don't know if he's still here, but thank you for the laugh, Mr. Baseball Dude 412. That was tough. That was tough to watch on your behalf. Probably left. He's like, I trusted this guy. That was probably what was going to be like, you know what? I'll subscribe if this guy's right. I was wrong. And you know what? That's fair. I just lost him some money. All right, here's the first pitch here to Henry Davis. Henry Davis, fly ball to shallow right. Did it. And it does hit the ground before the diving catch. So I guess it was a trap. So Davis is able to already get on base. Again, I've mentioned it prior if you think I was late there. They will. This Pittsburgh Sportsnet has been they will cut back to action right in the middle of action. It's really bad. They need to fix that. It's been like that since opening day. I thought it was just opening day, but anyway, here is Tommy Pham. Here's the first pitch. Very hard swing there. That's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 1. Tommy Pham batting 128 this year. OPS of 407. No home runs, 4 RBIs. Here's the pitch. Pham grounds it to third. This could be 2. There's 1. And 2, a double play. So that nullifies the Henry Davis base hit. Just a little chopper there to third, and an easy 1 or 2 out double play. Of course, 2 out double play. Duh. Freaking idiot. I'm an idiot. All right, here steps in Frazier. That's going to be outside for ball 1. Frazier batting .159, OPS of .436, 1 home run on the year, 6 RBIs. Here is the 1-0. Frazier gets a piece of this one, flared to left, and Wood makes the catch. So 1 hit there, but the double play kind of ends everything there as we are still at 1-0 as we head to the top of the third. You're watching me right now, I guess, on Dr. Delay, I guess. I don't know. I don't have commercials. I can't cut to commercials. Pretty ridiculous the way the league pushes Skeens as a generational talent, yet it makes it impossible for fans to watch. Way to grow the game. I get what you're saying. If you're implying about the pitching, right? I'm assuming, like, with all the strikeouts and just the lack of hitting. If that's what you're saying, I totally get you. Seeing a hitter bat over 300 is rare now. It should not be the case. It's just, I don't know. Baseball's in a really bad spot, and I don't even know. I'm just kind of guessing here. Like, did the cheating, like the pitching, all that stuff a few years ago, did all that stop? I don't know. I feel like it still happens. Because, these guys are throwing, like, ridiculous. That's why offense it's pretty much just a home run, strikeout, or walk. There's not many base hits and stuff like that. It's just, I don't know. I agree. Baseball's in a bad spot, but I don't know. It also has to do with analytics, because football's also in a terrible spot. Like, football, the quality of play has been really bad for a few years now. Basketball, it's just a 3-point contest pretty much every NBA game. I don't know. Sports in general are just in a really bad spot. Even soccer. Soccer's now, everyone plays safe unless you just have superstars. So I get what you're saying, though. Baseball's product is not good, but honestly, everyone else's is not that great either. Thank you for the comment, though. I appreciate that. Always love hearing from, just people. It's nice to always communicate with someone. Everyone has their own ideas on things. Here's the 1-0, and that's going to be in there for a called strike. This is Nunez, who has no plate appearances on the year. This is his first plate appearance. Last year batted .246. This brief stint. Here's the 1-1. Nunez fouls this one off. So the count goes to 1-2. Here is the 1-2 to Nunez. And that one's going to be low for ball 2. Adam, if you're still here, just wondering if I did hit the nail right there, or maybe I was way off. I'd like to, again, a pretty interesting statement there. A lot of stuff behind that. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. That's going to be his 3rd strikeout of the game. Skeens, by the way, not Nunez. That's going to bring up Call, who entered the day with an OPS of 1,000. Right now, it has fallen to a 972, of course. Not many at-bats yet. Here's the first pitch to Call, and that's going to be low for ball 1. One-zero count to Call. Here's the pitch. That's going to be chopped foul. Just watching games for free. I understand the Yankees are in the biggest market and the biggest brand, but you'd think Cruz Wood facing Skeens for the first time would bring eyes. Fair enough. Here's the 1-1 right down the middle, strike two. Yeah, I mean, okay, so I got what you're saying. You're talking about like more of the marketing. Yeah, like the MLB definitely, they push Shohei, they push the big markets. Like it is pretty bad, Like it's like they just want Yankees, Dodgers every year, teams like that. Here's the 1-2. There's going to be a grounder to the third. Hayes throws on a first for out number 2. Yeah, I think you may have, I don't know if you're on X or Twitter or whatever you want to call it. But like the Nationals were kind of making fun of the MLB Twitter account, because they were just slobbering over Shohei stuff. But then Wood would, I don't know, you have to look it up. But Wood would to do the same thing or better than Shohei, and that you'd hear nothing about it. Or like the tweet was very tame, and that's a pitch outside, ball 1. James Wood, again, he was hit by the pitch in the first inning. Being at LSU in 23 is what brought me back to the game, but can't really keep up with the guys unless I pay, which goes for everything there, but are certain matchups I would imagine deserve the national spot. I gotcha. No, I mean, I completely agree. Baseball, like, there's nothing going on right now. Here's the 1-1. That's going to be in there for a called strike. Like, there should be at least a game every night on the local channels, right? Like, there should be no excuse why Fox doesn't have a game on tonight. Or, again, find another partner to do that other game, CBS, NBC, or whatever. Like, why not? Like, there's no sports going on now. The baseball is, they could have so much more eyes, so many more fans. It's ridiculous. Here's the 2-2. Wood gets a piece of that one. That's going to be fouled off. But yeah, no, like they should definitely, I don't know, they should have more eyes on them 100%. They could easily do it. They should dominate from this point on till August, whenever college football get going. It's ridiculous. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. High strikeout there. Caught swinging there, or not caught looking. You're caught looking. Swinging there. Terrible. I'm a terrible commentator. I'm working on it, though. So we're going to head to the bottom of the third. The Pirates up 1-0. I don't know if that makes any sense, though. Like, to have at least one game on tonight, like on the local channels, and kind of mix it up. Like, okay, this week we're going to be doing, like, I mean, you don't have to set it, like, but NL Central games or whatever, you can just do random games. But, just have a different home game different stadium every day, or something like that. I don't know if that's what you're looking for or whatnot, but I mean, yeah, no, I think though the MLB should definitely, they should have a lot more eyes on their product. They could easily do it. There's this whole thing with ESPN at the beginning of the year where they're mad about ESPN not giving them the proper coverage. Well, yeah, no, they aren't. So move to somewhere where they will. But again, feel free to comment. Again, I appreciate the comments. Love chatting. You can find out how smart or dumb I am based on all this. The Giants are now up 5-3. They've put up 5 runs in the top of the second. So a lot of runs going on in that one. They're, of course, still at the plate. Red Sox are now trailing to the Rays 1-0. Royals and Yankees are tied up at 0 apiece. Braves are up 2-0 on the Blue Jays as they head to the top of the second. So many more games getting underway. Of course it is. That's how baseball is. Again, feel free to comment or subscribe, and or both, actually. That's actually the recommendation there. That is the first pitch from Lord to Falefa. Kiner Falefa. That's going to be low for ball 1. Kiner Falefa batting .260 on the year. Here's the 1-0, and that's going to be inside for ball 2. Kiner Falefa, I believe he has one of the highest batting averages on the team, but he's consistently batting ninth. Again, I'm not really the biggest fan of him, but I think he'd be a little bit more up on the order. Here's the 2-0. Falefa sends this to center, but Cruz is there to make the catch as he's backpedaling there. So 1 out. And they're going to show here it's Andy Rodriguez. He's got a little splint on the index finger. That's going to bring up O'Neal Cruz, who had a missile to short in the first at-bat. That's going to be low, almost hit him for ball 1. Cruz loves the red. I guess he's a big fan of the color red. Kind of throws me off. I understand the old Pirate logo has red in the bandana, but, I'm just saying, they kind of ditched that and they do the black and yellow now. But it's whatever. It's just me nitpicking. I'm a boomer, I guess. Here's the 1-1. That's going to be outside ball 2. Yeah, that's essentially what I'm getting at. Ironically, got a run, so can't watch anyway, but appreciate what you're doing. Hey, thank you. Hopefully, it was good enough to get a subscription, but if not, it's cool. But if we cross paths again, you got to subscribe, okay? I think that's fair. Let you subscribe now. It doesn't cost you anything. Cruz is going to get this one off the wall, and Cruz is going to cruise into second with the double. But yeah, thank you for stopping by, Adam. Just a guy, is going to watch. That's pretty much when I'm going to watch sports. I might as well do this because apparently people do this, the person I don't know, I'm subscribed to Official Jaguar. You may have heard of them, or, you guys may have heard of them or him. And he just calls random games and he gets 1,000 views easy. So I'm like, what the heck? I'm not going to get 1,000 views. I've only done that once, and that was really cool. Here's the 0-0. Reynolds finds the gap in between short and third. Cruz rounding third. He's headed to home, and he's going to score. So the Pirates are up 2-0. And Reynolds showing everyone that it's the necklaces. 100% the necklaces. That's the only reason. But that's pretty much, I just was like, might as well see if I started broadcasting last August for this local little network doing high school games. Just got on a radio station, so I'm still learning the commentary and stuff like that, but I could be all right, I guess. First pitch is going to be low and away for ball 1. Tonight, I would say I'm doing okay. Not great. I have messed up, as you guys can tell. Not a professional by any means. Here's the 1-0. McCutcheon gets a piece of that one. That's going to be fouled off. A 1-1 count for McCutcheon. McCutcheon did single and ended up scoring in the first inning. Here's the 1-1 inside for ball 2. But no, Adam brings up a great point, though. I understand the Pirates and Nationals aren't exactly great, franchises right now. But, if you want the game to grow, you should put them on where people can see them. Here's the 2-1. Because for the most part, every team has at least one superstar. I mean, maybe the Rockies don't. I don't know. I'd have to think. But I mean, still. I mean, you don't want all the fans just to be with these two teams. Here's the 2-2. Checked his swing. Holds up, so that's going to be a 3-2 count. Runner on first, of course, is Brian Reynolds, who brought home Cruz. Here's the 3-2 swing and a miss. Reynolds is going to second, and that's a double play. Oh, my goodness. So it looks like the hit and run was on there, but it led to a double play. And so we're going to head to the top of the fourth with your score. Pirates 2, Nationals nothing. I know Adam's gone, but I appreciate, again, the comments there. Again, feel free to comment everyone else, not just me and Adam or me and Baseball Dude or... Sorry, I forgot your name already. Caitlin. It could be other people. Feel free to comment down. Again, it can be about whatever. It could be about baseball and why it's not growing. It could be about, hey, the Pirates are bad. It could be, hey, who do you think the Steelers are going to draft next week? I don't know. I don't know who our quarterback is. Could be about anything. It's whatever. It's a sports channel, I guess. You know, I'm just a sports fan. Casual in most, but diehard in football. All right, looking at other scores, the Giants are up 6-3 over the Phillies. So after the Phillies went up 3-0 in the bottom of the first, the Giants respond with 6 in the top of the second. Rays are up 3-0 on the Red Sox. The Braves are up 2-0 on the Blue Jays. And the Royals and Yankees are tied at 0 apiece as they are headed to the bottom of the second. And other games are still warming up. Monday's usually one of the slower days in the baseball year, usually they have Monday or Thursday being the off days, for some teams. But there's 10 games going on today, so that's not too bad. All right. Skeens is up. Wind up and the pitch. That's going to be inside for ball one. That's going to be Keibert Ruiz is at the plate. He's batting .358. Here's the 1-0. Ruiz sends this one to center field. Cruz makes the catch for out number 1. Wasn't sure where that was going, and I don't think Cruz did. He did over pursue it. Going to bring up Nathaniel Lowe. I pour some water because I'm dying of thirst. Here's the pitch to Lowe, and that's going to be in there for strike 1. Here's the pitch there, and that's going to be low for ball 1. So it's going to be 1-1 count here. Top of the fourth, Pirates leading 2-0. Here's the 1-1. Nathaniel Lowe gets a piece of that one. Brief recap here. Hayes singled to right in the first inning, which brought home McCutchen. Hayes was then thrown out at first at the same play over. Yeah, I guess he thought the throw would be more. The catcher would be focused on McCutchen. And then Reynolds brought home Cruz. And we have a hot shot down the third base line, but that's going to be fouled off. Well, that was to the dugout. Ooh. Almost took out some Pirates. Here is the 1-2. That's going to be low for ball 2. 2-2 count here to Nathaniel Lowe. And Pirates up 4-0 in the top of the fourth. Nathaniel Lowe, 3 home runs, 15 RBIs on the year. Here's the 2-2. Oh, that sweeper's disgusting. Oh, my goodness. The break on that thing just froze him. Jeez. That is just magical. All right, 2 outs here. In steps in former Pirate Josh Bell. And that's going to be, I guess, a splitter that's low and away for ball 1. Oh, it's a splitter. Look at that. Look at me go. Here is the 1-0 to Bell. Bell fouls this one off. Bell is right back into the box. He is ready to hit. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Big swing. Josh Bell, former Pirate. Definitely, he was solid for us, I'd say. Had a year where he had 37 home runs. I mean, it's pretty good. Here's the 1-2. That's going to be high for ball 2. Two and 2 count to Bell. Here's the windup and the pitch. That's going to be low in the dirt for ball 3. Pirates up 2-0 here in the top of the 4th. 5-11 record, just absolutely pathetic to start the year. Nationals are 6-9, not as bad, but obviously room for improvement. Bell grounds this one to first. Valdez is going to take it himself to the bag for out number 3. No hits, no runs as we head to the bottom of the 4th with the Pirates still up 2-0. Now I'll go ahead and give a score update, of course, around the MLB. The Giants are up 6-3 in the top of the 3rd. The Braves up 2-0 over the Blue Jays in the top of the 3rd. In the bottom of the 2nd, we have the Rays leading 3-0 over the Red Sox. In the bottom of the 2nd, we have the Royals and Yankees tied 0-0. And we have 3 other games in a row. That'll be the Mets, Twins, Tigers, Brewers, and Astros and Cardinals. Don't be a stranger. Feel free to chat about whatever it is you'd like to in the chat. I mean, I don't know. You can talk about whatever you want. You can also subscribe. I've made sure that it's free. I actually double-checked before. I promise. It's not going to hurt your pocketbooks. Not going to hurt you at all. If you're scrolling through YouTube and you don't want to see me that day, just all you got to do is scroll on by. That's all you got to do. I don't think it'll hurt you. I did the research, so don't worry about it. Like, well, I don't know. Nah, trust me, you're fine. You'll live. Again, I stream just random games. Pirates games can be other games. And I've actually taken requests before, and I'm not even kidding. If someone, hey, can you stream this game? I will do my best to stream that game. Like, I will watch it. I've done it before. It actually led to my most watched stream, which I still think about it. Arkansas and Texas Tech. I got over 1,000 views. It was an amazing game. Got double overtime. This was March Madness, and that was amazing. That was a fantastic game. Yeah, I will do it. If I'm free to do so, I will do it. All right, bottom of the 4th, here is Valdez. That one is going to be ball 1. Who do you think is going to win? Right now, with how it's looking, the Pirates are swinging pretty well. I wouldn't put money on it. That's a reference to Mr. Baseball Dude 412. But I would say the Pirates are going to win. Yeah, and it's early. It's you don't really know with baseball. It's it's a game of just who's hot at the moment. Here is the 2-0 count, and that's going to be outside for ball 3. How about you? Hana? Who do you think is going to win? Here is the 3-0 count to Valdez. That's going to be on the corner for strike 1. Yeah, I hope. I'm assuming you mean the Pirates. I'm assuming that is the case. Here's the 3-1. Valdez is going to get a piece of that one. But that one's going to be fouled off. I think I give that away too. I've said that multiple times. You got a piece of that one that's going to be fouled off. You're going to get a piece of that one, and it immediately follows. Of course, it's fouled off. I got to change that up. Trying to evolve, get better as a commentator. Here's the full count. That's going to be outside for ball 4. He walked him. So Valdez has 2 walks to start the day. Pretty good start there. Yeah, I do hope the Pirates win. I mean, not like it would really change anything. If you're a Pirates fan watching, it's like, okay, we're 6-11 now. We're still bad. We still have, a terrible lineup. Nothing would change. And of course, for today's Paul Skeens, so literally the 4 other pitchers are not as good. So it's like, okay, well, this is as good as it's going to get for the next few days. I imagine that's how most Pirates fans think, Yeah, feel free to let me know. Like, hey, you're right on, Dr. Delay, or no, Doctor, you're way off. You're bad. You're just a hater. Here's the 0-1. That's almost hit Hayes, as that one is inside ball 1. And yes, it is Dr. Delay, and I will try to find the original Dr. Delay so I can change the DLEH to DELAY, make it easier. One day I'll do that. Here's the 1-1. Actually, no, it's a pickoff attempt. And I'm not too sure what happened. I don't know if Hayes called time or whatnot. Not too sure. 1-1 count here to Hayes. Here from the stretch. Here's the pitch. Hayes, soft grounder to the pitcher. He throws to second to get 1 and 2. A double play. So the walk by Valdez leads to nothing, as that's going to bring up Henry Davis, who singled to right earlier in the game. He, of course, coming in for an injured Andy Rodriguez. He took a baseball on the hand, more so in the pointer finger. So he is out for the rest of the game, and maybe will probably be placed on the 10-day DL if I had to guess. And that almost hit Davis. So Lord pitching inside to these Pirates hitters. He might be a little frustrated losing to the Pirates. That would frustrate me. Here's the 1-0. Davis with a nice shot, but that's right to the shortstop. Line drive, just unable to find any empty space, as that's going to be the end of the 4th inning, with the Pirates still up 2-0. Stumbling on my words. What am I doing? Yeah, I don't know how to respond to that. But yes, we're heading to the top of the 5th. Pirates up 2-0. Do some score updates here. The Giants up 6-3 in the bottom of the 3rd. This game is moving really fast. Jeez, Rays up 5-1 over the Red Sox in the top of the 3rd. Royals, Yankees still tied at nothing apiece. Braves up 4-0 over the Blue Jays. Mets and Twins, Tigers, Brewers, Astros, Cardinals are all underway. Maybe the Nationals will sneak through like the Giants did. Well, I would hope not. I don't want that to happen. That would not be ideal. Giants, again, they popped off in the 2nd inning. That's what I believe Hana is referencing. They were down 3-0. And then they popped off for 6 runs in the top of the 2nd. So, again, feel free to chat about whatever you'd like. I will do my best to keep a conversation with you. Or fail. Just miserably fail. And then you'll hate me for the rest of your life. And that's perfectly fine. I'm willing to accept that as the worst case scenario. And it would be perfectly fine for you too, because, we never met prior. So it's like, you know what? It's okay. I don't like that guy. I'll never have to deal with him again. All right, we're heading to the top of the 5th here. Skeens is, again, looking pretty solid. Only 1 hit allowed. He did hit a player earlier. as that is the first pitch in there for strike one. This is Garcia. Had a ground out earlier in this one. Here's the 0-1. Garcia pops it up to shallow center. Cruz is going to make the catch for route number one, so not going to drop like it did last time. In fact, that was the hit. Yeah, just a little blooper. Oh, that's tough. So should be a no-hitter, but it happens. That's going to bring up Paul DeJong. Former Cardinal. He's 1 for 1. Again, he had the blooper single, and that one's going to be outside for strike one. DeJong's batting .204 this year. Not exactly off to a great start, but he's not really known for a good hitter. That one's on the outside corner for strike two, so tough pitches right here, right out the gate to DeJong. Here is the 0-2. Checked his swing. Did he go? No. That ball was way high and in. But I guess it looked good to DeJong, but not too good because he did hold up. Here is the 1-2. Swing and a miss at his bat. Left his arms. And it went towards Brian Hayes. He was swinging for the fences, but the ball did not go anywhere, but the bat did. Ball found the glove of Henry Davis. The glove went about 100 feet. Umpire had to retreat a little bit. That's going to bring up Dylan Cruz. And that one is a sweeper on the outside part of the plate, strike one. That sweeper is disgusting. It's a good pitch. It breaks so much. Here is the 0-1. And that one is like a changeup? That's going to be in there for a strike two. Skeens be having dudes act wild out there. I know. Skeens is such a talent, man. He is special. I just hope the Pirates can keep him. I mean, like if we're losing in a few years, like he's going to want out of there. Here's the 0-2. That's going to be low in the dirt for ball one. Skeens has only allowed one hit to this point. He did hit a batter earlier, and it was only on the toe. Like it was if he just moved the toe, didn't move it. That bum. Here's the 1-2 inside for ball two. Yeah, I mean, I'm just – the Pirates need to do something, man. Like, they were supposed to do something this offseason. They got nothing. So bad. Here's the 2-2 count. That's going to be high for ball three. I don't know. I mean, I know Paul Skeens a good dude and all, but, I mean, if we turn out like a 60-something win season, I don't Here's the 3-2. Cruz gets a piece of that one. Staying alive. Cruz, again, he's only batting 114. Cruz is not having a good start to the year. He is struggling. He might have a really good card in Diamond Dynasty right now with an 87, whatever, if you guys play MLB The Show. But not playing well in real life. There's a chopper to third. He's going to try to run it out. Hayes on the... Wow, what a play by Hayes. Grabbing it on the hop with his bare hand and throwing to first. That's why Hayes got that big contract, though. I don't know if it was a great contract for a Pirates fan. But you know what? It is what it is. He's a great fielder. And we're going to head to the bottom of the fifth. And the Pirates still up 2-0. I think he's just a little mad he didn't get the debut card of his. Hopefully they will get it to him. Oh, yeah, I heard. Yeah. Pirates ownership trying to lowball the kid. Oh, my gosh. So dumb. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's just not a great. It's just not a good ownership group, man. It's the worst. It's the worst in sports. Pirates. What? That went for like $1 million, right? Let me actually do some research here. Actually, do some of that Paul Skeens card. I will chat in a few seconds, people. So the Pirates offered 30 years of season tickets, which again, if you're not a good team, who's going to take that? Spring training experiences and more. Okay, that's pretty vague. And it sold for $1.1 million. Yeah. Wow. Anyway, so the Giants up 6-3 on the Phillies in the top of the fourth. Braves up 4-0 on the Blue Jays in the top of the fourth. Royals up 1-0 on the Yankees, so they get a run here. Rays up 5-1 on the Red Sox. Red Sox able to tack on a run here. Mets, Twins, 0-0. Tigers are up 1-0 on the Brewers. That's good. Astros, Cardinals, they are just getting underway. Yeah, it's such a terrible ownership group. But again, feel free to subscribe. It's I do random games, more so Pirates games right now. Again, I take recommendations. I did a UFL game yesterday. Didn't really get the views. I knew it wouldn't. But again, it's all for the hangout. If anyone's in the chat, talk about football. That is my expertise. It's football. Not so much on the UFL, but we're gonna try to get into that this year as Fam takes one outside for ball one. Here is the 1-0. That's going to be low for ball two. And I am a sports channel, so I will try to this year actually put out some sports content. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. I really am excited for all the ideas in my head. I just got to do them. Here's the 2-0. That's going to be low for ball three. I do plan on one of my subscribers asked me to try to do a draft, the NFL draft, and I am going to do it. I will be doing a live thing for the draft. Obviously can't show anything, but I think that'd be pretty fun to do. And he walked Fam on 4 straight pitches, so Fam's going to get on base. So maybe the Pirates can add some more insurance runs here in the bottom of the fifth. And it looks like they are actually warming up somebody in the Nationals bullpen, so I guess they had a feeling. And it looks like the pitching coach is coming out to talk to Lord. But yeah, I plan on doing an NFL draft thing. I'll see if I can find like a I don't know. Well, I'll try to make that exciting or make it look good too on the screen. Maybe I'll do I don't know, NFL.com might have something where they'll show the picks on the graphic or something. I don't know. Again, we do have a mound visit, so that is why there's no action. Pirates leading 2-0. Just a brief recap. Gosh, I freaking can't remember. I'll remember it after this. Hold on. Frazier's at the plate. With a runner on first. And that one is low for ball one. So, Cabrian Hayes had a little single to right field in the first inning. Cruz rounds third, heads for home. And then, or no, not Cruz. McCutchen rounded third, headed for home. McCutchen scored. Hayes then is called out after he, of course, touches first. And then Brian Reynolds with a nice RBI single to bring in Cruz. That's where Cruz scored. That was in the third inning. So that is the scoring recap there for this game. Not much happening, as is most Pirates games. 1-0 count to Frazier. Frazier gets drive there past the shortstop. So that one is going to be a single. That's going to move Fam up to second. So first and second, no one out. And that's going to bring up Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. So the Pirates looking to look like a big league team for a change. That'll be pretty nice. Ooh, yeah, that little base hit there just gets past his glove. So close. So runners on first and second. In steps in Kiner-Falefa. He's 0 for 1 today. And he's going to square it a bunt, but that one's going to be outside for ball one. He does pull back in time. Reiner for left batting .255, 0 home runs, 4 RBIs on the year, an OPS of .647. And he's squaring a bunt, but that one's low for ball two. So Lord is definitely having some issues there with the command. He has 2 walks in this one. He's allowed 6 hits through 4 innings. Skeens, meanwhile, only 1 hit allowed, and that was a blooper. He's squaring a bunt. He does bunt it right back to the pitcher. The pitcher thought about going to third, but not happening there, so he does move the runners to second and third. 1 out, and that's going to bring in O'Neal Cruz. O'Neal Cruz with a good RBI opportunity here. He's 1 for 2 today. He does have a run scored. Again, he was the second run of the game there for the Pirates, just in general, really, because no, the Nationals haven't scored. So O'Neal Cruz stepping to the plate, and that's going to be it for Lord. Lord is done. So Lord exits with with 4 innings pitched, with 4 and 1/3, 6 hits allowed, 2 walks, and he is responsible for the runners on second and third. So pitching change here. I'm going to go ahead and check the other scores, see if there's any updates there. Probably not. Giants up 6-3 on the Phillies in the bottom of the 4th. Braves up 4-0 on the Blue Jays as they head to the bottom of the 4th. So the Rays have actually scored some more. They are up 7-1 on the Red Sox in the bottom of the 3rd and are still going with 2 runners on. Royals up 1-0 on the Yankees in the bottom of the 3rd. And the Mets and Twins at 0-0 apiece. Tigers good, up 2-0 on the Brewers. Of course, again, that's early. Astros Cardinals 0-0 bottom first. Cubs Padres get started in about 2 hours. I don't think this game will be on by then. That's what it is. That should be a good game. Cubs looking pretty good right now, which is not good for us, but we're 5-11, so we I mean, who cares? Again, feel free to subscribe. You know, I know that annoys some of you, and that's perfectly fine. It should, because you can only hear something for so long before it just gets annoying and old. But I'm just a guy that does regular random games, so feel free to, if you're a sports fan, which is why most of you guys are here, just come hang out, talk about whatever. Feel free to talk in the comments now. Talking to Pure Talent, Anna, Adam had to leave. Baseball dude, he's probably upset with me after I told him to go ahead and bet, and that was understood. I gave him the blessing. And Caitlin here listening because she wants to talk about sports to friends. Look at that. Sports bringing people together. It's a topic of conversation. That's why we're all here. All right. Bottom of the 5th, 1 out. In steps in Cruz. He's facing a lefty. That's going to be high for ball 1. Colin Posh is the pitcher. His ERA is at 17.18, so which is actually better than David Bednar, so he's a better pitcher than him. That's going to be low and away. A pickoff attempt at third by the catcher. Throw to third, I should say, not a pickoff. It might be a pickoff. Whatever, you know what I meant. So 2-0 count here to Cruz. Cruz with a big swing and a miss. Strike 1. Cruz batting .209 this year. 2 home runs, 5 RBIs. He's 1 for 2. Here's the pitch outside for ball 3. I needed a strikeout here. Got the under 2.5 first 5. Man, the betting is for real today, huh? 2 people. So again, I may have misled baseball dude. He asked me and I let him down. We shall see. Crown Clown. Cruz pops it up to shallow right field. Oh, it dropped! But Pham wasn't going, so Crown Clown is still okay, but the Pirates have bases loaded. Call was running full speed. Garcia may have tried to call it off. I'm not too sure what happened there, but that ball was up there for what felt like forever. Garcia's running. Call. They're showing the replay here. Just unbelievable. So Pham again not able to score there. Crown Clown, A1 Pirates hater, or just a guy that loves betting. It doesn't really matter. So here's Brian Reynolds. You would say he's probably the best Pirates player, maybe not to start the year, but just in general. Bases loaded, 1 out. 0-1. I'm here. I need another strikeout from Skeens. That can wait another inning, sir. Reynolds drives it to center. That should get Pham home. So Crown Clown is going to lose his bet. I am sorry. Pham does score on the sacrifice fly. So big F's in the chat if you guys all can for Crown Clown there. That is tough. F's in the chat. Or you can press F to pay respect for his money that has went to probably $1 million company. Because it ain't coming back to. I don't know why I keep talking. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All right. In steps in McCutchen. Runners on first and second in the bottom of the fifth. 2 out. Pirates up 3-0. Crown Clown's bet is gone. I'll shut up. I'm sorry. That's just funny. So McCutchen was 1 for 2 tonight. Had a single and scored. Batting .270 on the year. That's going to be inside for ball 2. Pirates looking pretty decent, I'd say. Of course, again, they're probably playing a team that's just as good as them, so that's probably why. Here's the 2-0. That's going to be high for ball 3. Not to hate on the Nationals fans. I'm not going to do that because, again, Pirates are 5-11, but Nationals didn't have good expectations this year as did us. I guess we had somewhat expectations, but clearly falling below. 3-0 pitch there is high for strike 1. I would say that was a ball. May have caught. I guess it did. Looking at the game day there, it does catch a little bit of the zone. Here is the 3-1. That's going to be low in the dirt for ball 4. So McCutchen draws the walk, and that's going to bring up Emmanuel Valdez, who is, he's played the game, believe it or not. He's been up to the plate already twice, but he's walked twice, so he has no at-bats technically. Bases loaded here for Valdez. He has again no at bats today technically. Valdez gets it through the gap of first and second, so he gets 1 run. Cruz is running home. He scores. Valdez is tagged out at second, but the Pirates add on 2. Actually, they add on 3 this inning. 2 on that play, 3 in the inning. So the Pirates are up 5-0. As we head to the top of the 6th. Wow, the Pirates' bats looking pretty good tonight. Be nice if it can continue through the whole year. Probably not. But you'll take your victories when you can. The Pirates looking good. They are now up again. They're up 5-0. And I will try to get you guys some more scores. All right, Giants up 6-3 over the Phillies in the top of the 5th. The Braves up 4-0 over the Blue Jays in the top of the 5th. The Royals up 1-0 over the Yankees in the bottom of the 4th. The Rays are taking it to the Red Sox tonight, 9-1 in the bottom of the 3rd, and they have bases loaded with 1 out. Mets and Twins 0-0. The top of the 2nd. Tigers up 2-0 over the Brewers in the top of the 2nd. They have 2 men on. Nobody out. Astros Cardinals 0-0 in the top of the 2nd. And again, the other games probably won't happen while we're here. Again, feel free to chat about whatever you'd like in the comments. You can talk about your betting. Looks like people that are betting and talking about it in the chat are 0-2 on the night. So maybe not what you want to do, actually. So sorry about it. But hey, you don't have to talk about betting. You can talk about whatever you want, or you can talk about betting. It's cool. This is a safe space for, I would say, almost everyone. Almost. If you're a Cowboys fan, I will hate you. I will talk trash immediately. I live in Texas, so I have to deal with that every day. Again, feel free to subscribe. This is a sports channel. Up and coming, maybe. Probably not. But, you know, we're trying. I am trying. We'll see what happens here. Here's the first pitch from Skeens, and that's going to be in there for strike one. I know Pure Talent, said he needs another strikeout. I don't know if that's bet related, but we'll see. Here's the 0-1, and that one is flared in between left and center. That's going to drop, and he's going to head to second. Pham's throwing to second, and he beats the tag. So right there, a leadoff double. And that's just the second hit of the game for the Nationals. Again, feel free to subscribe, leave a comment down below, talk about whatever you'd like. I will respond. I will definitely read it, and I will most likely respond, unless it's just disgusting that I can't talk about it. I'm not going to talk about gross things. All right, in steps in Call. I believe it's Alex Call. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Batting .344 on the year, OPS of .946. That's going to be a sweeper. That's in there for strike one. Runner on second for the National. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be outside for ball one. 1-1 count to Call. He's grounded out, I believe, both times to Hayes. Skeens looks at the runner. Here's the 1-1. That one is high for ball two. Skeens has looked pretty good tonight for the most part. Did hit a batter in the first and took him a good bit to get out of the first, but he's pretty much been good ever since, though a leadoff double here. Maybe surrendering his first run of the game. Who knows? So far, he's done pretty well. The Nationals have struck out 6 times today. And only 2 hits. So Skeens looking really good. As they show not the game on my screen. They're not showing the game. They're showing kids. There's the game. Call grounds it to third. It eats up Hayes. Throwing. He does move to third. And Skeens tumbles. So that one will be an error, I believe, on Hayes. And we have runners on first and third with nobody out. So Hayes eats up Hayes. Hayes tosses to Skeens. Skeens tags Nunez, but Nunez got to the bag first, and Skeens tumbles with all his momentum. He's a big guy, 6'7", running full speed, trying to slow down. I think he's safe. Let's see here. They're showing. Oh. I don't know. I think he's going to be safe. I think it's going to have runners on first and third, nobody out. So the Nationals here. So we're just going to stop play here again. I'll just take this opportunity to annoy you guys, and I do this for you guys, to annoy you, that if you are a sports fan, feel free to hit that subscribe button. I promise it's not going to kill you. It won't cost you any money. I made sure that all my subscriptions are free. Aha. Well, all YouTube subscriptions are free. Yeah. That's the point. That's the point. As they keep showing Skeens in this tag, they might have a case here. I don't think though they're going to win it. The pitch clock was the best thing baseball could have done. Yes, because these games, like, just imagine like a 1-0 game. Those games were taking like 3.5, 4 hours. It's ridiculous. Baseball was so boring before. I know. It was okay. Well, it was boring, like in the 2010s. The call in the field stands, so runners will be in first and third. But back before the 99-mile-per-hour pitchers, like baseball was tolerable because there was actually like base hits, and stuff like that. People could hit the ball back then. But yeah, there was a stretch for a good few years, like in the mid to late 2010s and then the early 2020s, where like it was pretty terrible. So yeah, you are correct, 100%. Top of the 6th here, runners on the corner. Skeens is in trouble. So Pure Talent needs a strikeout from Skeens, but ever since that moment, Skeens has allowed 2 hits. Well, one of them was an error. But, and there's the pitch there. That's going to be outside for ball 1. So 2-0 count to James Wood. James Wood is looking pretty good so far to start this season. 5 home runs, 11 RBIs, OPS of 970. He was hit by a pitch in the first inning. Wood gets a piece of that one. That's going to be fouled off. I commented on that earlier. I need to stop saying that. It's so obvious what I'm about to say next. If you don't know what I'm saying, I say it all the time whenever it's fouled off. I need to come up with a different phrase. Sorry. Apologize. Again, Pirates up 5-0 in the top of the 6th. Runners on the corners. Nationals looking to cut into this deficit pretty much. Here is the 2-1 from Skeens. That's going to be outside for ball 3. So Skeens is in trouble. Can he work his magic? (3-1) count. And they're going to have a pickoff attempt. That one is going to be not successful. 3-1 count. Here's the pitch. In there for a called strike. So full count to James Wood. This is huge. I think I just hit my elbow. That hurts. What happened to Henry Davis? Oh, Teamsters, bro. That guy. I honestly can't blame him too much because the Pirates' development system is just terrible. Here's the full count. Hold on 1 second. Woods grounded to short. Looks like they're going to trade a run for 2 outs. No, they don't get the double play. Wood showing off his speed. Henry Davis has been quite the disappointment, but again, the Pirates can't develop a single hitter. They can't. Like they don't have the coaching. They don't have the facilities. Like the Dodgers can, the Orioles can. These other teams can develop these guys. I feel like if Henry Davis were drafted to a different team, what happened? Like, what do you mean? What happened? I know he's in right now. You have a line out here to McCutchen with a diving catch. Oh, man. Old man McCutchen can play. Oh, my goodness. If you're referring to what happened today, Henry Davis, nothing happened to Henry Davis. He was replacing Andy Rodriguez. If you're just saying what happened to Henry Davis in general, well, yeah, he just hasn't lived up to expectations. I don't know what specifically you mean, Teamsters. I apologize. Got a pickoff attempt. Oh, another one. Valdez not used to that, and that one's getting into right field, so he's going to run to third. Wood is just chilling by third. Oh, my goodness, a passed ball there. Pickoff attempt, and that one, Valdez is just, that's going to go on Skeens, actually. Yeah. Almost hit Wood. Right underneath Wood. Wow. Top of the sixth here again. Runner on third. 2 outs. In steps in Nathaniel Lowe. That's a sweeper in there for strike one. I don't know if I answered any of those questions for you, Teamsters. Again, I don't really know the specifics on the question, but I kind of gave you what I thought you were talking about. Maybe. Maybe not. Here's the 0-1. That one's going to be outside for ball one. Pirates hitting pretty well today for the most part. 8 hits in 5 innings of hitting. Here is the 1-1. Nathaniel Lowe with the line drive to center. That one gets down. That one's going to score Wood. Eats up Cruz a little bit. And that's going to be another error by Cruz as he couldn't field the ball cleanly. So that's going to be 4 errors for the Pirates today. It's just the type of, again, Skeens, you really can't ask for much more from Skeens. I mean, yeah, he's allowed 2 runs this inning, but, he's pitched really well up until this point. He's only allowed 2 runs. If he does not get the win today, I would be. Jeez, I know he'd be too. So they're visiting, a mound visit here is Skeens. Mound visit for Skeens, and they're going to get up Justin Lawrence in the bullpen, so Skeens' night might be ending. So, I'm sorry, Pure Talent, unless he gets a strikeout here, it looks like he won't get, this will be his last opportunity to get a strikeout. And it's going to be against the former Pirate, Josh Bell. And that's in there for a strike one. Going to have to strike out a guy that I would say is pretty solid. Not exactly great batting average so far, but he's a good player. Swing and a miss. Strike two. Got up to 99 on that. Can the Pirates hold on here? Can Skeens get the strikeout for Pure Talent as Bell is going to step off? Here is the 0-2. A grounder to second. Throws on to first for out number 3, so he does not get the strikeout. Pure Talent. I don't know if you put money on that. And if you did, then we are 0 for 3 in the chat tonight in bets. But we're going to head to the bottom of the 5th. The Nationals get a few hits there. 2 hits. 2 errors on the Pirates' part. As the Pirates now lead 5-2 as we head to the bottom of the 6th, which he's actually only going to get credit for 1 earned run. So that's cool. That's good. All right, other scores around Major League Baseball. If you'll give me a second before I do my usual, you got to subscribe. Let's see here. Giants are up 6-4 on the Phillies in the top of the 6th, so the Phillies making it interesting still. Braves up 8-0 on the Blue Jays in the bottom of the 5th. Royals and Yankees tie it up in the bottom of the 4th as they are now 1-1 as they head to the bottom of the 5th. The Rays are still at the plate in the bottom of the 3rd. They are up 14-1 on the Red Sox. They are killing them tonight. Oh my goodness. The Mets and Twins tied 0-0 in the top of the 3rd. The Tigers up 4-0 over the Brewers. Tampa at 14 runs. I know, that's crazy. They have 9 runs in the 3rd, 4 runs in the 2nd, 1 run in the 1st. That's amazing. And they're still at the plate. Actually, no, I jinxed them. But that's crazy. 14. They should win tonight. I mean, that would be a crazy comeback. All right, this is where I do my usual, hey, I'm just saying it wouldn't hurt to subscribe if you like what you see, man. That's all I'm saying. You can subscribe. It'd be cool. Feel free to chat in the comments. Talk about sports. What's the runs record for a game? I don't know. Give me a second. Apparently MLB. $49, so probably not happening. And that was in 1922. I'd have to look at the modern era. I don't know if that's something that could. The Phillies. Oh wait, no. Timeout. That's combined. Ooh. In a game by one team. 30 happened. Here's the 1-1. That's going to be outside for ball 2. The Rangers scored 30 runs against the Orioles in 2007. They won 30-3. Wow. It's an average Steelers playoff game in the last few years. Just kidding. But not really. 2-2 count to Hayes. Hayes is 1 for 2 tonight. And that one's going to be outside for ball 3. So the Rays, it's possible. I wouldn't bet on it, Crown Clown. But you never know. You never know. I mean, 9 runs. I mean, they're feeling it right now. Here's the 3-2. It kind of jammed Hayes there. It's a fly ball to center field, and that is handled by Dylan Cruz for out number 1. That's going to bring up Henry Davis. He's 1 for 2 tonight. He I don't know. We'll see if Henry maybe Henry's figured it out. I don't know. You'd hope so. Henry fouls this one off his foot. Draven, how's it going, man? This is Draven's I can't say long-time subscriber, but he's a regular here. How's the game been going, and who's our starter? Paul Skeens was our starter, allowed 2 runs in the 6th, but he's been doing pretty good. Swing and a miss, strike 2. But yeah, Paul Skeens allowed 2 runs, or allowed 1 run technically with all the errors we had. We had 4 errors, but we're up 5-2, so we're doing pretty well, hitting pretty well tonight so far. And that's a sweeper, just froze him looking, strike 3. So yeah, Draven, this is as good as it's going to get for the gosh, my voice is dying. It's as good as it's getting for our pitching for the rest of the week. You know, we got to wait a few more days or 4 or 5 more games. Man. All right, in steps in Tommy Pham. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. And there's a curveball there, strike 1. Or it may have been a slider. Breaking ball. That's the safe way to say it. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. And a ball in the dirt. Rutledge looking pretty good out of the pen here in the 6th inning. Here's the 0-2. That one's going to be outside for ball 1. And Draven, I don't remember if I answered that on air, but I am going to be doing the NFL draft. I will be there. I'll be doing that. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So nothing. 1, 2, 3 pretty much go the Pirates there as we head to the top of the 7th with the Pirates still up 5-2. All right, other scores. Again, we just kind of went over that. That was really quick. Giants up 6-4 over the Phillies in the top of the 6th. Yankees up 2-1. Gosh dang it, the Yankees are winning now. 2-1 over the Royals in the bottom of the 5th. Braves up 8-0 over the Blue Jays as they head to the top of the 6th. The Rays, again, 14 runs already through 3 innings. They are killing it over the Red Sox in the top of the 4th. Tigers up 4-0 over the Brewers in the bottom of the 3rd. Mets and Twins. Mets just scored. 1-0 in the top of the 3rd. Astros Cardinals 0-0 in the bottom of the 3rd. And, of course, that is it for now. No other games starting. Okay, thanks. If you did, I didn't catch it. Got it now. But, yeah, I'll be doing it. Why not, you know? Should if I do work that day, I will be getting home like an hour before the draft. So yeah, I'll be sure to do it. But yeah, again, feel free to comment down below, talk about whatever, talk about the Rays again. Crown Clown keeping up with the other games going on. The Rays scoring 14 runs already through 3 innings. They scored 9 in the third. Talk about sports. Talk about football. The NFL draft being a week away, I have no idea where we're going in the first round. None. As a Steelers fan, of course. None. I doing. I don't know. I'm just I don't know. I'm not excited looking forward to the Steelers. Not looking forward to the Steelers at all this year, but we'll probably BS our way to a 9-8, 10-7 record. That's how it is. All right, so Lawrence is going to replace Skeens here in the 7th. Lawrence has looked pretty good for the Pirates. 1.17 ERA. Opponent batting average of 167. So, not too shabby. Here's the first pitch there, and that's in there for strike 1. 0-1 count here to Garcia. Pitch, swing and a miss. Slider, sweeper, I should say. Very similar pitches. Pirates leading 5-2. Pirates with five runs, 8 hits, 4 errors. Nationals with 2 runs and 3 hits. Here's the 0-2. A little chopper to first, but he's just going to take care of it himself, no problem. For out number 1. Hopefully we can get the win for the Pirates or for Paul Skeens. As again, he has a 1-1 record currently. Trying to get the win tonight. If the Pirates hold on, they will win. They will get him the win. There's a sweeper in there for strike 1. This is Paul DeJong. He's batting 200. Not exactly a great hitter. There's the 0-1 swing and a miss on a ball way outside. That sweeper is really good. If he keeps pitching well, hey, we might have another closer here. Pirates seem to always have a pretty decent closer. There's the 0-2. Paul DeJong sends this one to left field, and a Pham makes the catch for out number 2. Lila Stevens, how many pitches has Paul thrown? I think he threw just around 100. It was like 99. Give me a sec. I can probably pull it up right now. He threw, gosh, dang it. Sorry. Skeens threw 99 pitches, yes. So he's done. He is done for the night through 99 pitches. Pitched 6 innings, allowed 1 run, had 6 strikeouts. So he had a pretty solid night. You know, it's a shame he's not out there. If the errors didn't happen, he probably would have been able to save some more pitches. You know, but the Pirates are the Pirates. It's just how it is. Dylan Cruz is at the plate. He's 0 for 2, batting 111. He is just not having a good start to his career. There's the sweeper. That's in there for strike 1. Nationals hoping Cruz could be like a Bryce Harper type player, especially when he was younger, when he had some speed. Has the potential. Can he put it together? Here's the 2-1. That's going to be outside for ball 3. Three and 1 count to Cruz. Justin Lawrence looking pretty good. And inside for strike 2. He got a call there. I was about to say, as soon as I say he's looking pretty good, he walked him. But nope, gets a good call. Gets a great call. Fantastic call by the umpire. Here is the 3-2 to Cruz. Did he go? It didn't matter. He got tagged anyway. Swing and a miss, strike 3. As the Pirates hold on to this 5-2 lead as we head to the bottom of the 7th. All right. I know that was quick, but we'll still do the scoring update here. Giants up 6-4 in the bottom of the 6th over the Phillies. Yankees are now up 4-1 over the Royals in the top of the 6th. Braves up 8-0 over the Blue Jays as they head to the bottom of the 6th. The Rays are up to bat again, so we'll see if they can keep up that amazing momentum. They are up 14-1 in the bottom of the 4th. Tigers up 4-0 up over the Brewers in the top of the 4th. Mets up 1-0 over the Twins in the bottom of the 3rd. Cardinals up 1-0 over the Astros in the bottom of the 3rd. And that is all that's happening around Major League Baseball. Again, if you feel like I've done a pretty decent job, or you like the up-to-date stuff with the Pirates, the play-by-play, feel free to subscribe. Pretty sure it doesn't cost you anything. It might cause some energy, like from their finger. Oh, I gotta press that button. Jeez. Oh, I know. But yeah. Again, I'll whenever I'm off, I will pretty much guarantee you that I'm doing a live stream that day. About whatever game you can recommend a game. I take requests because if I'm able to watch the game, like, why not? Doesn't have to be just baseball. I'll not exactly the NBA's biggest fan, but I'll call an NBA game. Playoffs are now, so playoffs is it's a different animal, a little more intense, and I do like the intensity, the drama of the NBA playoffs. But I'm just looking forward to football season for college and the NFL. That's going to be fun. So, but all right, we are working our way back here. In the bottom of the 7th, in steps in Adam Frazier as he takes the first pitch there, strike 1. Rutledge is still out there. Rutledge looked pretty good in the 6th inning against the Pirates. So I figure they are thinking the same thing. Like, hey, let's just set him out there for the 7th. As Frazier fouls this one behind him, strike 2. Frazier batting 174 this year. 1 home run, 6 RBIs. Here is the 0-2 to Frazier. That's going to be high inside for ball 1. One and 2 count here to Frazier. Frazier sends this one on a little ride, but that one is going to be fouled off. McCutchen gave his teammates some necklaces, so maybe that's why the Pirates are doing well today with their bats. I mean, black and yellow necklaces. It looks pretty cool on them. Here's the 1-2. That's going to be high for ball 2. So I would expect to see these necklaces out tomorrow, if I had to guess. I mean, if it's if it's working, they win with it. Got to keep it going. Here's the 2-2 to Frazier. The chopper gets to it, and he's out. Nice little snag there by the shortstop, and nice throw by Nunez. That's going to bring up Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. He is 0 for 1. I can't remember what happened in the other. Sacrifice bunt. Yes. Sacrifice bunt. Again, feel free to comment about whatever you want. Comment about sports, comment about the game, comment about whatever you want. I will do my best to answer it. I'll definitely look at it. Sure. I will most likely answer. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be outside for strike 2. Falefa doesn't like that. Falefa Sends this one on a fly ball to left field. Wood, James Wood is there to make the catch for out number 2. That's going to bring up O'Neal Cruz. He's 2 for 3 today with 2 runs scored, so he's had a pretty good day on the offensive side of things. He's still showing that he is learning the position out there in center. I can tell you that. He is still learning it out there in center. Here's the 0-0 here, and that one's a swing and a miss, strike 1. Cruz again batting .227, 2 home runs, 5 RBIs on the year. Big cut there, strike 2. What do you think the Steelers are going to do about the QB room? Oh my gosh. I have no idea. And Aaron Rodgers should have made his decision already. Really annoying at this point. Here's the 0-2. Cruz gets a piece of that one. I mean, they have Mason. Do they have anyone else? Did they bring back Kyle Allen or no? I don't think Kyle Allen's back. Oh, they have Skylar Thompson. Oh, yeah. I feel so much better. Jeez. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Down goes Cruz. As we head to the top of the 8th, score 5-2. Pirates leading. Yeah, I have no idea, Draven, to be honest. It's really annoying. Like, I don't know. I can't even... I just have no faith in the Steelers, you know? Like, are we taking one in the first round? Will Rodgers be ticked if we do? But Rodgers isn't even on our team, so why do we care? Like, what I would want Arch next year, but there's no guarantee we get in the position to get Arch, so, I mean, you just kind of, I don't know. I don't know. I'm thinking Rodgers is going to sign, but I would have liked for him to already do it. I don't know. What do you think? What do you think, Draven? Because I don't know. Rodgers, Dart, Rudolph, I feel a lot better about it. And then, of course, going into the 2026, I would feel a lot better about it because Rodgers will probably be gone by then. It starts team. At least you have your guy and you can, you know, be excited going into a year. Well, we might have our guy, you know, like, I don't know, like maybe Dart looks like Jordan Love. Jordan Love has his high moments where he's really good. And obviously, he has his low moments where he's not as great. But I would take Jordan Love. I know I would take him as my starting quarterback now. I think he can be pretty good. I mean, he is pretty good. I would say he's good. I don't know. What do you think? Maybe I am in the minority on Jordan Love, but I don't know. I'm not saying Jackson Dart would be Jordan Love, but, you know, he did sit behind Aaron Rodgers. That's where I'm kind of getting at. So, Dart sounds nice. Yeah, I've warmed up on Dart. I wasn't initially a fan, but where we're at in the first round, I would be happy with Dart. Here is Ferguson. Ferguson's first pitch is in there for strike 1. Now, if we had a top pick, obviously, I would probably take Cam Ward. I wouldn't take Shador. I do not want that. I don't want Shador. No. Here's the 0-1. Shador is all about Shador. And all the evidence is there. You know, it's just like the Colorado Buffs had S2S. Like every single, like, I just can't. I can't. When you're all about you, nah. Nunez singles to right, so Nunez is going to get on. Really hope the Pirates can hold on and give Skeens the dub. I enjoy watching Love a lot, so if we could develop a QB like Green Bay has, it might, yeah, no, for sure. I mean, that's honestly the main reason why I'd want Rod. Well, there's two. One, Rodgers is old, so he's gonna let it fly. I'd imagine he's gonna like not have this like cheap, lame offense where everyone plays safe, you know. And then two, yeah, like have whoever we get sit behind Rodgers for a year. I'd imagine they would probably be at worst an okay quarterback. Which you need a superstar to win in this league, but you know, at least we'd have our guy at least for, you know, the immediate future. Sid steps in call. He's 0 for 3. That's going to be in there for a strike one. Yeah, I don't really think there's any other quarterback I would take in the first round. In the mid rounds, like if we don't take one in the first round, like here is the 0-2. That's going to be fouled off. Maybe Kyle McCord. Maybe, and that's only because he's to be in the third or fourth round. Maybe Will Howard. Again, only a mid-round pick. Do not take those guys early in first, second round. Even in the third, I'd be happy if they got him. If we got him in the fourth, that'd be okay. There's the 0-2. That's going to be outside for ball one. I've just kind of, the last few years of the Steelers have really just drained me as a fan. I can't with them right now. Die hard, and we'll still watch their games, and we'll still get emotional and stressed about it on game day. Here's the 1-2. Chopper to second. Can Frazier turn two? No, he's just going to throw it on to first for out number one. So that's going to bring up James Wood. James Wood is he's 0 for 2 with the run because, again, he had the hit by pitch. But, yeah, I don't know. The Steelers just, yeah. Probably talk a lot about it on draft night. Here's the 0-0. That's going to be right down the middle for strike one. Again, Ferguson, for the Pirates, he is not allowed to run. He is his ERA is a 0.00. So hopefully that can hold on here. Again, we do have a runner on second, so that is someone in jeopardy. Of course, James Wood, he is one of the nice, young talents in this league. Ooh, swinging strike on a ball high and in. He did not want to swing there. He tried to hold up, but James Wood is a power guy. He's tall, lefty. I see a lot of what Gregory Polanco could have been right here. Not saying James Wood's a superstar, but, he's off to a really nice start. The Pirates had James Wood, I would be pretty happy, Pretty much what I'm trying to say. Like, I a young talent with a good bat. Here is the 1-2 to Wood. That's going to be low in the dirt. Davis gets on top of that, so it's going to be a 2-2 count here. Good block by Davis. Of course, it actually hit Wood's foot there off the bounce, so it helped him out. Nunez on second for the Nationals. Nationals trying to, again, eat into this deficit. Here's the 2-2. Wood gets a piece of that one. You can probably guess what I'm going to say, but it's fouled off. Really got to change that line. I will eventually. Here's the 2-2. Wood. Oh, man. That one was fouled off with a lot of velocity. I don't think we can move up, really, or I don't think it's worth it at the pick we have. Now, I agree. I don't think we should either. I don't think we should. I'm just saying if we did have, like, if we were up there in the top 5, I would be like, yeah, let's try to get Cam Ward. I wouldn't want to take Shador. Here's the 2-2. Then for next year, again, it really just depends what we draft this year. If we do, and I know it's going to sound really unrealistic, but if we don't get a guy in the first round this year, I want Arch Manning next year. There's no excuse. I don't know, it would be pretty hard. Here's the 2-2. Outside, ball 3. That one was close. The fans don't like the call. Even if we're like 9-8, 10-7, I would just still send the farm for Arch. Of course, there's no guarantee Arch, declares for the draft, but I think he will. Here's the 3-2. Wood, again, another hot shot, but that one is fouled. So the count is still 3-2. I would just trade up 2 or 3 for. I would do it. I would think. There's no way Arch Manning can be a bust. Only because of the name. And I know that sounds stupid, but here's the 3-2. Wood again. Another hard foul ball. But my mindset is I just feel like it would be. If Eli can get two rings, and Eli was not that good, I feel like Arch could definitely. I feel like Arch is guaranteed to be a superstar. Ground ball to second. Frazier tosses it to first. If the NFL is rigged, I want it rigged in our favor. I feel like the NFL would make sure Manning is going to be having these deep playoff runs. I know it's stupid, but that's my thinking. I want the guy that could be the face of the league, even though Arch looks like he's depressed. I don't know if you've ever seen a headshot of Arch, but he just looking at him, he looks like he's been through a lot already at 19, 20 years old. 2 outs, steps in Keibert Ruiz. He is 0 for 3 tonight, but his batting average is .352, so he's pretty much due for a hit. And anyone else listening in, feel free to comment on what we're talking about. Just Draven and I having a conversation. You can call me a conspiracy theorist, do whatever. Keibert Ruiz sends this to center, and that's going to score Nunez. So it's now a 5-3 game. So Ferguson allows his first run of the year. That's going to bring up Nathaniel Lowe. I did say Ruiz was due for a hit, and there it is. So Skeens, he's still on the line for the win, but I don't know. I'd like for him to get it, but we'll see. That ball's low for ball 1 on Nathaniel Lowe. 1 for 3 with an RBI single in the 6th. Here's the 1-0 to Lowe. That's going to be. Should have been strike 1, but that's going to be a 2-0. And Ferguson does not like that. He's ticked. 2-0 count to Lowe. And that one is in there for strike 1. He's like, hey, that's pretty much the same spot. It was a little different. Draven, are there any of the, what if we took a running back in the first, is there any running back you'd like? Here's the 2-1. Lowe sends this to right field. McCutcheon is under it in the warning track and makes the catch. Woo, he sent that a ways. So the Pirates holding on to this 5-3 lead as we head to the bottom of the 8th. I don't know. I'm kind of against taking a running back first round, but we need some offense, man. I'm sick and tired of taking defense or O-line. We need at this point we need weapons. All right. In the bottom of the 7th, we have the Giants up 8-4 over the Phillies. In the bottom of the 7th, we have the Braves up 8-1 over the Blue Jays. In the top of the 7th, the Yankees are up 4-1 over the Royals. In the bottom of the 5th, the Rays are up 15-1 over the Red Sox. The Tigers are up 8-0 in the top of the 5th over the Brewers. The Mets are up 1-0 over the Twins in the bottom of the 4th. And the Astros are down 3-0 to the Cardinals in the bottom of the 4th. It's backed out for no reason. Again, feel free to comment down below. Just chat about sports, chat about the game, chat about the NFL draft. What's your team? What's your team in baseball? You here for Paul Skeens? You here because you're a Pirates fan? You here because your friend at work is going to talk about the Nationals? You're here because you're a fan of me. Well, thank you. I know most of you guys are, obviously, right? You have to be. Feel free to subscribe, of course. Calling random games. You can recommend a game, too. If I'm off, which I am working tomorrow night. So I guess I could call a game if there's one at 12. I can actually look at that. We'll be editing a YouTube video. No game at definitely editing it tomorrow. There is no game on at 12 tomorrow. No, that's April 22nd. April. I'll look at it. But feel free to subscribe. Again, I just call random games. Again, you can recommend a game. Any game. I'll be very active, of course, when I can be. I'm off. Here, football season, I do plan on being active. Here's the first pitch to Reynolds. Reynolds singles here. Little shot to right field. So McCutcheon is going to come up to the plate as he is 1 for 2. And Reynolds is 2 for 3 now on the night. I just started your Pirates franchise. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry about that. Well, hey, if you enjoy it, that's great. Thank you for the view. Hopefully it's worth the watch. I think it's okay. I know I can definitely do a little better. I don't really have the resources like the top end guys have. That first pitch almost hits McCutcheon, and the crowd did not like that. 1-0 count to McCutcheon. He's 1 for 2 with the walk, of course. That one is in there for a called strike. 1-1 count. This is Rutledge's third inning out there. He started in the 6th. He's done a pretty good job for the Nationals, so they're looking to have him keep going. Here's the 1-1. That's in the dirt, and Reynolds is going to just walk to second. Not really turning on the Jets for that one, so another chance here for the Pirates to add on. Two-one count here to McCutcheon. Pirates having a really terrible start to the year. I mean, no other way to put it. They're 5-11. They've looked terrible. That's going to be high for strike 2. McCutcheon hates the call. He does not like it at all. McCutcheon has a great eye at the plate. Here is the 2-2 to McCutcheon. That's going to be high for ball 3. McCutcheon getting mad at himself for trying to swing at that. Checked his swing, but, it's nowhere close. Full count for McCutcheon. Can he be clutching? Here's the 3-2. And he walked him. What a bat. McCutcheon has so much style. That was cool. So that's the second time he has walked. He's been on base 3 of the 4 times, and that's going to bring up Valdez, who's been on base 3 times. He's 1 for 1 with 2 walks. So Valdez having a really good night. And we're going to have a mound visit. That is actually the manager, so not the pitching coach. So we will have a pitching change. 5-3 is your score in the bottom of the 8th. I would say we'll be right back, but I cannot go to commercial because who the heck am I? Some more scoring updates here. Again, not much has really changed since then. The Giants are still up 8-4 over the Phillies in the bottom of the 7th. The Braves up 8-1 over the Blue Jays in the top of the 8th. In the bottom of the 7th, the Yankees are up 4-1 over the Royals. In the top of the 6th, the Rays are up 15-1 over the Red Sox. In the top of the 5th, the Mets. The Mets are up 5-1. The top of the fifth, the Mets are up 1-0 over the Twins. The Tigers are up 9-0 over the Brewers in the top of the fifth. And the Cardinals are up 4-0 over the Astros as they head to the top of the fifth. Again, feel free to chat about whatever you'd like in the comments. It's not really a, doesn't have to be just about the Pirates or Nationals. It could be about any other MLB team, your state of the MLB. Had some conversations earlier talking about how baseball should really have like a game, at least one game every day on like the local channels. It would grow their game. Like, I don't know why they don't have that. It's very simple. We had some guys betting, they were wrong. Both of them 0-2. So, just talk about anything. Talk about Draven, of course, and I talking about the Steelers. Big Steelers fan. And, of course, feel free to subscribe. This is your cup of tea. I, again, will cover as many games as I can. That's what it's all about. So the Nationals are going to bring in Eduardo Salazar. He has a 3.86 ERA. He's pitched only 7 innings this year. Of course, year's just now starting. That's going to bring in, again, Valdez. He's 1 for 1, has 2 walks. Runners on first and second. That's going to be outside for ball 1. Valdez batting .179, OPS of .603, no home runs and 5 RBIs. There's the 1-0. That's going to be in there for a called strike. I do have a Pirates franchise series if you're into video games. Maybe you like it, maybe you don't. I did record episode 6 today, so that was fun. Here's the 1-1. Valdez, hot shot down the right field line. It's fair. Reynolds is going to score. McCutchen will hold up on third. Valdez cruises into second with 2 runners on and still nobody out. Very big, very clutch day for Valdez. Again, he's been on base all 4 times he's been to the plate. He has 3 RBIs. I would say he's definitely the player of the game, albeit, of course, the pickoff attempts from Skeens to him were a little off. But Skeens was credited with the errors, so it wasn't on him. Very clutch hit there. Very big hit. That's going to bring in Ke'Bryan Hayes. He's 1 for 3 today. That's going to be a ball on the outside corner of the plate, and that's perfectly fine with me. Brian Hayes, again, 1 for 3. He has an RBI. He's batting .218 so far this year. Here's the 1-0. Brian Hayes finds the hole in right by the shortstop. It's going to score McCutchen. Valdez is rounding third. He's going to cross. And the Pirates are up 8-3. Is it all because of the necklaces McCutchen gave them before the game? It probably is. I'll hate it whenever they stop wearing it because it's going to end. This nice little streak here, this hitting streak. Because the Pirates looking really good. They'll definitely wear them tomorrow. McCutchen necklaces here, and steps in Henry Davis. He is 1 for 3. Of course, he did replace, if you're just joining in or, this was way earlier in the game. But Endy Rodriguez took a curveball and hit him on the fingers early in the first inning. So Henry Davis has been filling in since. He's 1 for 3. Hasn't looked too bad at the plate. Albeit his last at-bat wasn't that great. When you were younger, what made you pick the Pittsburgh teams over the Philadelphia? 1 second. Here's the 0-2. That's going to be low in the dirt. I am from Pennsylvania. I was born an hour and a half west of Philadelphia in a town, or the city of Reading. Lived in the town of Robisonia. Pretty much it's really not that like complicated. Honestly, I'm trying to like build it up, but it's really nothing. Henry swinging and missing, not exactly a great at bat there. Oh, he fouled it off. So my dad's pretty much a Steelers fan and a Pirates fan, and that's pretty much it. Really, there's really not much there. Honestly, it's a lot of my neighbors were Eagles fans and Phillies fans. My grandfather, he was an Eagles fan and Phillies fan, so he would cheer for the Steelers as Davis strikes out swinging that. Not a good at bat, so I kind of take back what I was saying about Henry Davis. But pretty much it's just because of my dad. He kind of raised me to be one. Some of my earliest memories are of me watching the game with my dad. My dad's not dead or anything; he's still alive. But it's just I don't know. I guess he passed it down, which now he doesn't really care as much anymore about the NFL and stuff like that. Still watches a little bit. But yeah, just because of my dad. I mean, he just raised me to be one. He raised me to love the Steelers, and he raised me to tolerate the Pirates. As this one is fouled off by Tommy Pham. That's pretty much it. Not really much there. And of course, again, whenever we moved to Texas, this was when I was 8 years old, back in 2004. Steelers were doing really well, so they started winning a lot, and became a lot easier to be a Steelers fan then with the winner. As Ke'Bryan Hayes cruises into second with a stolen base. That one was really close. They might review it. What about you, Draven? What's your story on why are you a Steelers and Pirates fan? Oh, that's really close. Really good throw. I think Ke'Bryan beat him. Ke'Bryan it's a clean stolen base. Nice. Clean stolen base. What in the world am I talking about? 1-1 to Pham. That's going to be inside for ball 2. But yeah, I keep the Steelers thing going, of course. I am hated by everyone around here. Any one of my friends from just growing up, or not growing up here, but when I moved here, that's going to cold strike. They're Cowboys fans, Texans fans. Everyone became a Saints fan randomly whenever they were having a really good, which in 08, 09 when they went to the Super Bowl, or 09. Still some Saints fans left, but not as much magically because they suck now. Here's the 2-2. And Pham singles to right. Is that going to score Hayes? It's throw to the plate, and Hayes scores there. So we're up 9-3. The Pirates are looking really good. But yeah, I don't know. I keep the Steelers thing going. Now I'm a lot more realistic with the Steelers now because the Steelers are mid. It's not that great. So we've become the Cowboys. So it's really hard for me to, to win arguments as much as I used to. But I still just say you're a Cowboys fan, you're delusional, and I've at least seen 2 of the Super Bowls. You were born in 01, so you kind of don't even remember much of the Super Bowls. You probably remember 43, but you don't remember 40 at all. That pitch is right down the middle. My uncle's a Steelers fan, and my other one is a Cowboys. So I had to pick, and I went against the Cowboys. It's a smart choice. You made a smart choice. But mostly because the Penguins used to be good, and I loved hockey, so that's where it started. Okay. I got you. And I'm like a casual Penguins fan. As Frazier singles, we're just hitting it off everybody right now. The Pirates are looking really good. If only they could look this good every day. It's definitely the necklaces. Yeah, you made a great choice. If it was the Cowboys, you still would have never seen a Super Bowl or a championship game. So you're fine. You're fine. And yeah, I don't know. The Penguins, I don't know. They ended the year good, or they're ending the year really well. I don't think it's over yet, but they're starting to come together, and the trades hopefully pan out next year. With the young guys we're getting. I know my wife is a Penguins fan, so we'll see. We'll see on the Penguins. I'm thinking they'll be fine. Kiner Falefa singles up the middle. Everyone is hitting. And Pham is going to come across to score. It's 10-3. The Pirates look like $1 million right now which actually isn't a lot now that I think about it. They look like $1 billion for an MLB franchise. That's what I'm saying. I wonder how many players on their team are actually earning $1 million. Probably not many. What a night to cover this game. The Pirates just making sure Paul Skeens is going to get the W. I mean, this would be a tragic loss if we lost this one. Oh, my gosh. This is huge. That's going to be outside ball 1. Now, what they do to my Pirates. What team is this? I know, right? The Pirates, man. They are crushing it right now. Here's O'Neal Cruz. He's been crushing it tonight, 2 for 4. Had an error in the outfield. He still can. He's just struggling with the fielding, man. It's bad. They just need to move him back to short and just, I know he would make some off throws at short, but it wasn't nearly as bad. Not even close. 2-1 count to Cruz. He is 2 for 4 again. Pirates up 10-3. So the Steelers are up 10-3. I'm going to say the Commanders just because I want to say the previous team's name. I'm not talking about football team either. 10-3. And swing and a miss. Struck him out. That's going to bring up Brian Reynolds. He's 2 for 3. I hear country music, so I guess Brian Reynolds is a country fan. Runners on first and second for Brian Reynolds. Reynolds, rounder to second. Throws on the first for out number 3. The Pirates. What an inning that was. 5 runs here in the bottom of the 8th. And the Pirates are up a touchdown, 10-3 as we head to the top of the 9th inning. I wonder who the 9th inning guy is. All right, so it was a while, so I can go ahead and definitely tell you scores. Maybe some changed. I don't know. In the bottom of the 8th, the Giants are up 8-4 over the Phillies. In the bottom of the 8th, the Braves are up 8-1 over the Blue Jays. In the top of the 8th, the Royals are still down 4-1 to the Yankees. In the bottom of the 6th, the Rays, their scoring slowed down a little bit, but, they've already scored 15 runs. They are up 15-1 as they head to the top of the 7th. In the top of the 6th, the Tigers are up 9-0 over the Brewers. In the bottom of the 5th, the Mets are up 1-0 over the Twins. And in the bottom of the 5th, the Cardinals are up 4-0 over the Astros. That'll probably be the last scoring update I give, as, again, this is most likely the last half inning. So the second to last time I will say, feel free to subscribe. I got I plan on doing as many games as possible. That's pretty much it. If you like what you see, if I'm exciting enough, I try to be anyway. Hit that subscribe button. We'll again just talk sports. That's really what it is. I'll share my opinions. You guys can respond to them, hate on them, agree with them. Hopefully you agree, but most likely not. I apparently disagree with almost everybody, or at least in real life and when I talk sports. Just guess I'm a maverick or just an outsider. I don't know how to describe that. Draven and I seem to agree on things, so that's good. But yeah, the Pirates again up 10-3 in the top of the 9th. They're going to put in Jack Sawinski. I don't know who was in left. Oh, Fam's moving to right, and McCutcheon's going to exit the game. So Dennis Santana. That's a good first name. He's going to be here in the 9th. I guess you don't really need a closer when you're up 7 runs. That's in there for strike 1. This is Josh Bell at the plate. He's 0 for 3 tonight. Here's the pitch. Bell sends this on a ride to right. Bam is under it and makes the catch for out number 1. Pirates 2 outs away from moving to 6-11. Not exactly a stellar record, but maybe you can get things going. I mean, you win the series, that's all you got to do. Just take each series at a time, each game at a time, but each series. Win a series 2-1, 2-1, 2-1, 2-1. It adds up. First pitch to Garcia is in there for strike 1. Pirates having a night to remember at the plate. Defensively as well, 4 errors, so not exactly great. All aboard. As that pitch is low for ball 1. Here is the 1-1. That's going to be in there, strike 2. One, 2 is the count to Garcia. He is 0 for 4 tonight. Not exactly a great night for Garcia. Grounder to second. And he's going to throw on to first for out number 2. So the Nationals are down to their final out, and in steps in Paul DeJong, not DeJong, DeJong. He's 1 for 3 tonight. He does have a strikeout. He's batting 196 on the year. Not exactly a great start for Paul DeJong. Here's the pitch. That's in there for strike 1. Pirates 2 strikes away from, again, a great performance at the plate. 14 hits, 10 runs. Here's the 0-1. And Paul gives this one a nice ride, but that one is going to be fouled off. So the Nationals down to their final strike as he asks for time. 0-2 count to Paul DeJong. Here's the pitch. And he fouls it off to stay alive. Again, Paul DeJong, 1 for 3 tonight. 196 batting average, 501 OPS, no homers, 2 RBIs on the season. Here's the 0-2. Paul DeJong singles to center. It's going to get down. Cruz throws it in to Frazier. And that's going to bring in Dylan Cruz. Dylan Cruz is going to come to the plate. He is 0 for 3 tonight. Not exactly a great performance from Dylan Cruz. Having a he is still learning, I guess. He's still new. He's still a rookie. Dylan Cruz batting 109 on the year. There is a called strike there as Paul DeJong steals second. No problem there. 0-1 count to Cruz. Cruz, grounder to third. Hayes throws to first and gets him. Rays, the Jolly Roger, the Pirates defeat the Nationals 10-3 to move to 6-11 on the year. 10 runs on 14 hits, 4 errors for the Pirates. The Nationals 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors. Pirates get Paul Skeens to 2-1 on the year. Again, Paul Skeens looking pretty good to start the season. Had one rough outing, but he will move to 2-1. So that will be updated. His WHIP is .74, really solid. But that is gonna do it for me. You guys are free to go. Again, feel free to subscribe, please. That definitely helps me out. I will appreciate it. And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. Again, if you guys want to chat now, that's fine too. If not, I'll say goodbye. I won't exactly shun you. But the game is over. And my voice is pretty much cooked. That's still, unless you guys want me to call a random other game, but I doubt it, I guess. feel like you guys just want me to get off your screen again. You guys can keep chatting if you want. There's really not much going on right now in the chat, and that's perfectly fine. But all right, well, I mean, if that's it, I will catch you guys in the next one. Again, feel free to subscribe to see more Pirates content or just more sports content in general. And I think that's pretty much all I have. Y'all have a good night. Y'all be careful and subscribe.